What's one thing men need that women don't take seriously?
I think one thing that men need that women don't take seriously is grace.
Oh,
Grace.
grace. Oh, let's talk about it real
Yes. Yes.
quick.
Let's dive deep into this.
Grace.
Yes.
Y'all, let's get into the grace,
Hmm.
y'all.
Lately I've been, lately I've been, lately, 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 lately I've been thinking, feel it. Lately I've been thinking, feel it. Lately I've been thinking, feel it. Lately I've been thinking, before I let go.
Hey y'all, welcome to the Keepsake Corner. Y'all already know what it is. It's your girl Kenya, and what? Who do we have here? Finally in the Keepsake Corner, y'all. It is Mr. Keepsake himself. Oh my goodness, do y'all know how long it's been? Yes, and that's why we already. Hold on, let me hit it with a. Where my applause? Let's toast to the Keepsake Corner
Let's
before
do
we
that.
go
Let's
even
do
further.
that.
Yes. Oh,
Yes.
sip, sip.
Mm.
So listen, y'all already heard. We just gonna get into the nitty gritty because Mr. Keepsake is in the building. So
Let's do it.
grace.
Yes,
Men
grace.
need grace, and women, we don't take that seriously. Let's get into what that means.
Hmm. I think that just getting all the way deep into it, women get grace for a lot of little things,
Oh.
a lot of small mistakes, white lies, whatever it may be, mishaps,
Mm-hmm.
hiccups, whatever that may be. Men are expected to be close to perfect, right? If
Mm-hmm.
you're a good man,
Okay.
okay. But when you do fall,
Mm.
because we all will,
Mm-hmm.
I think that the consequences
Mm-hmm.
are greater for that man because it's tough to get grace from your woman.
Great.
Yes.
Now, hold on. Put your mic up a little bit
Come on.
because for those that don't know, we're not talking about the grace that we say, okay, when we about to eat.
No,
Let's say
no,
grace.
no,
That's not what we're talking
no,
about.
no.
So, what I like to do, I want to go ahead and get the definition of what this grace means because I don't think that that's a word that we use in relationships. We use it in church.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? In the Bible, in church, and right before we about to go ahead and bless that food when you say,
Eat a
let's
little
say
something.
grace. You know
That's
what I'm
right.
saying? So it says, hold on, now, and see, this is what I'm talking about with Google. I pulled it up and it say the prayer before the
Right
that,
before the
that is
meal.
that is not what we talking about.
Mm-hmm.
Hold on, let me go into the grace definition. Simple, elegant. What this is not simple elegance of refinement of movement. No, that's graceful.
Yeah, that's
Right there. That's that
graceful.
graceful. That's
Right.
not what we're
That's
talking about.
graceful. That's
That's
movements. Right.
what it
Right.
is got. Oh, here we go.
Come
Here
on.
we go.
Come on.
Unmerited, undeserved favor and kindness.
Mm-hmm.
That freely gives humanity often through love and forgiveness.
Yes.
Okay, that is the grace that we are talking about in relationships. And we are said, look, a merited favor.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Forgiveness.
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 That's right.
Divine assistance.
Mm-hmm.
Generous gift.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, grace is described as God's generous gift
There we
of
go.
loving and kindness. And that's what men need more of.
Mm-hmm.
All right, now expound a little bit on that because you said that the women, we, the little things and the big things, and now that you mention it, you're
Yes.
thinking about it.
Yes.
It's always thought that it's just because men are just whatever.
Mm-hmm.
Whatever, easy going, like whatever she want.
Mm-hmm.
Give her what she want.
Right.
Whatever she say, whatever she do, and it's more thought that it's because you guys don't really ask for much. You guys don't really care about the things that we care about,
Mm-hmm.
But in turn, we forget to give you grace because we are the ones. We're not gonna let nothing slide.
No,
It's
not at
not
all.
whatever he want. How
Mm-hmm.
many
Mm-hmm.
times have you heard a woman say whatever he want? Whatever he like.
Mm-hmm.
It's his world. It's his world.
We're gonna do what he want to do, and still be happy.
Oh, and still be happy.
That's the key part. Like you may get that from your situation. We're gonna do what he want to do, but now there is a attitude that comes along with it, or a silent treatment that comes along with it, or some form of a different activity than normal that comes with it. Therefore, again, coming back to saying, "Where's my grace?
Right.
This is my time, right? It's about you most of the time. And now, if you're in a good relationship,
Yes.
correct. If you have a good man, you
Right.
have to continue to make that narrative. Now, but when you get that, there's a lot of times that women may miss the mark in order to give that grace to that good man. Okay. And that's the one thing I think that women miss that men need.
That is good because that is something that we do not talk about a lot, actually. And it is needed in majority of relationships, but this where we only talking about the intimate relationships right now because that's what's going to build and thrive. But I really need women to understand. Again, I know we sat here and we talked a little, but I need you guys to really understand what that means, right? And what grace means is that allowing him, right, to make those mistakes.
Right, because I mean they're gonna happen.
They're gonna happen.
Right? Like let's just call it what it is. Nobody's perfect, right? Nobody is walking this earth, you know, squeaky clean, undefeated as I call it. Ain't nobody undefeated in these streets, right? Nobody got a 7-0, 19-0, 109-0 record. Nobody. Okay. But definitely what normally happens, in my opinion, is that the things that are appreciated from a man, okay, turns into things that are expected of him. So when it turns when the appreciation turns to expectation, then it's hard to understand why that man failed or why he didn't have his best day or why he didn't come with his best attitude, after being out in the world. Or
come on now.
Therefore, bringing it back to give me my grace.
Yes.
Right? Because I'm not going to come, with that A game or that 100% every time.
Every time.
Now, again, reeling it on back. If you're in a fruitful, a good, a healthy relationship, or maybe that's the experience to point, right? Because a lot of times we get it that some of these relationships they change, right?
Yes.
They may take a left.
Yes.
But we're talking about if you have a man who is trying, a man who is putting in effort, a man who is putting in thoughtfulness, a man that is trying to build some form of infrastructure. Okay, that man deserves grace.
Okay.
Right. Come on.
Y'all know when I close the iPad, that's just when we just gonna get off of it because this is important. People have to really understand that it's levels to this. Yeah. It's steps to this. And you mentioning fruitful relationships, somebody that is trying and all that other kind of stuff, right? I think no one gives anyone grace because they're running against time. I don't understand what the rush is in relationships these days. And you don't allow, the reason why grace is not there is because time is not there. Right? And because the moment that there's a mistake, but people want to blame a certain thing instead of understanding something that you just said that's very important, that this is a bad day.
Yes. Yeah.
This is because you had a bad day yesterday. and I allowed you to have that bad day yesterday.
Correct.
So now I'm having the same thing that you had yesterday. So why is it a problem? Why is it a red flag? Oh, y'all know I hate that word.
Well,
it's a go ahead.
So what normally happens is that it's hard to give grace because the reason or rationale for your bad day is different than the reason and rationale for my bad day.
Come on now.
Okay.
Come on now.
That's why it gets so difficult. Okay. So it's not that we're going to stay under the umbrella of the fact that a bad day is happening. Well, no. My bad day was because of A, and your bad day was because of B. So your bad day is not as bad as my bad day. Therefore, coming back to the fact that you don't get your grace to have your bad day. Okay, so men and women feel the same way about different things. Let's just talk about it, right? Okay. So I often make this analogy when I'm talking to friends, family, or what have you, that's asking about relationships. Okay, so the way that you or a woman feels about your Goyard bag or your Gucci bag or your Fendi or whatever it may be, I feel the same way about my PlayStation.
Okay.
I feel the same way about my Xbox. Okay, you know what I'm saying? So if your bag is lost and you're having a bad day, then I got to give you that grace and that space to find your bag or whatever that may be. Now, just because my PlayStation ain't working all of a sudden and I'm having a bad day, now my bad day is less important than your bad day. So that's just using a quick analogy, but that's the reason why it's so hard to find that common ground, is because we never gonna have a bad day about the same thing. Okay, never. We're too different. We're built differently.
So that has to go with understanding,
Very much so.
Which is another word that I love that you guys don't use enough, which is understanding. We need to bring that back in. What I need from you is understand. Yes, we gotta bring that back. Because I need to understand, right, how important that PlayStation is. And not even, okay, hold on. Not even how important a PlayStation is, what it represents, what it does, what it symbolizes. It's not just a PlayStation. It's not just an item. You know what I mean? That's your time. That's your outlet. Okay. That's your quad. So I need to understand that you're just not upset over a toy.
Well, that's another layer to it, right?
Okay.
Because in my opinion, men don't compete with what takes up your time. But you may get a lot of women that compete with what takes up a man's time and or attention.
This is deep.
Right?
Yes.
So we're not in competition of what takes up your attention or your time. Matter of fact, we might go out and buy some additional things to help that.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
Your time, your attention. We see what you like. We see what's important to you. So we may go out and buy some things and be thoughtful in that manner. Okay? But now there are a lot of men that are in relationships, okay, that feel like if something is taking up my time and my attention, then my woman is in competition with that. Therefore, if my bad day is tied to my PlayStation or Xbox not working right, well, then you don't feel so bad because it was taking up my time and attention anyway.
Oh, that's deep. I see. I'm picking up what you laying down.
You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So there was already an underlying problem with it anyway. Therefore, it's hard to give that grace when, yes, you didn't say it out loud, okay, and you probably wasn't thinking it that hard, but when it happened, there's some form of a
relief.
Yes.
Relief.
Well, finally, I might get some of my time, or I might get some attention. So therefore, I can't give you that grace or that understanding because that particular PlayStation or whatever that may be
Right.
has now been broken or you can't necessarily access it. So
Mm.
that makes it a whole nother level where you can't come to that common ground and get the same amount of grace.
Mm.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So you got to take the competition out the way,
Mm-hmm.
right?
Mm-hmm.
You can't compete,
You can't compete.
right? Because then that takes you down that rabbit hole.
Yes, absolutely. Okay, so question is, do you believe that this is something that is a personality trait, a characteristic, something or something that I don't know how to say. I was going to say that needs to be communicated in a relationship. But here's the thing for me when it comes to self-discovery, self-reflection, I believe a lot of things are a personality trait, right? Characteristic. If you have manners, you have manners.
Okay.
If you don't, if you're just a rude and disrespectful person,
You're just
then
rude and
just
disrespectful.
rude and disrespectful, right? So with grace and having that understanding, do you believe that again it's a characteristic thing, it's a personality, or something that can be I don't like to use the word taught, or something that could be communicated and worked through?
So that's hard, right? Because
Yeah.
unfortunately, you have a majority or a vast amount of men that can't convey that properly.
Which part?
Okay. Meaning if I'm trying to find a common ground to explain this to you, right? To bring you to the feeling of why I'm having a bad day. Okay.
Okay. Yes.
Right. That's going to take some layers. You're going to have to unpack that. Okay. You can't just say I'm having a bad day and you should feel my pain. Right. So you have to find a common ground. You have to find something to necessarily connect that to. The reason why I use the same analogy that I used earlier.
Yes.
Right. So unfortunately, there's not a lot of men that think of that mindset to say, wait a minute, let me get a commonality here first before I try to bring you through to the reasoning why I need grace. At that point, you should just understand because my bad day is my bad day. Okay. So it can be conveyed, but you do have situations where it is discouraged, right? Or discouraging.
Yes.
I should say.
Yes. Very.
I'm already having a bad day, right? Now I got to sit here and talk and break this down as to my bad day, how it connects, or how we can be on the same common ground of my bad day to explain why I should be receiving grace in this particular moment or day. There's not a lot of that going on. A lot of times it's like, I don't even want the extra attitude, or I don't even want the extra argument or whatever. But that's what it should be, right? That's what it should be, but no, not necessarily. Now, I do believe on the flip side, you do have a lot of women that can't convey.
Yes.
Okay.
Right.
They can't now, whether it's right, wrong, indifferent, cussing, whatever it may be, but they will definitely engage in that exchange. You should feel bad for me because I went through this and I went through that and I had this long day and this person did this or whatever the case may be. You won't necessarily get that a lot from your man. Okay?
Right. Yes.
But again, that's where it comes back to that understanding and or grace, right?
Does that have to do with again these buzzwords be killing me, y'all? But does that have to do, and all of this, I know it all layers on top of each other, convey, entangle, entitle, and all that other kind of stuff, right? Does that have to do with the safe space? So does that, when it comes to men, does that come over time? Does that have to do with the peace? I feel safe, or is just that? Yeah, what is that? You see what I'm trying to get to?
Well, that safe space, can be violated on very low levels of frequency. Definitely.
Yeah.
And what we're discussing now is we're talking about security.
Yes.
Right. So I need the space to be secure enough
Mm.
to open up and talk you through my bad day to get grace. Okay. So if I feel like I don't have that security, or if I feel like this may be used against me one day, now I'm not as willing to have that conversation or be that transparent. Okay. So it starts off very small. Like I use my own example where my experience is, if I ask for something, if I don't just get a yes, if I get anything like a okay, whatever, then I automatically feel like, okay, well, maybe I shouldn't be asking, maybe. So that kind of shuts that down.
Yes.
And it can be something small like that. So it's not about, did you get it or not? All of it is in how you do it. So that becomes another level of it as well, because we're both responsible for the how, because that's all we can control. Right? I can't control how you receive it.
Right.
Okay. You can't control how I receive it.
Right.
But what we can control is how we give it.
We give it.
Okay.
Yes.
And that needs to be a discussion within itself. Right? Because you have your different, connections when it comes to, trying to talk and actually get to that safe space. But you get a lot of men that feel like, from that perspective, it's my job to do everything that I am supposed to make you feel secure.
Okay.
To make you feel, that you can come to me, to make you feel good, to make you feel loved, or what have you. And you tell me the second that I may need that, it can be met with negativity or hesitation.
Right. So that was going to be my question. Like, what are some signs, movement, responses that immediately makes men not so secure? And you mentioned the huffing and the puffing. Huffing and the puffing. All of that good stuff that we do. And again, I love that you brought up the word security, because it does not just mean, I really want you guys to stop thinking on this level down here when it comes to certain words, when it comes to providing security. Think bigger, y'all. Think bigger. So when it comes to security, it's not just talking about the finances or anything. We are talking about emotionally secure in that safe space. When you guys are talking about safe spaces, think about other words. Broaden your horizons when it comes to that. And so there are a lot of, and what just came to my mind too, ladies. And here's the thing. I'm just going to say it for my ladies, and I don't want y'all to be like, oh, everybody do it. I'm just talking to the ladies right now, right? Okay. Stop making excuses for your gestures when you see that it was wrong. Okay, stop making excuses. So going back to your example, the huffing and the puffing. If you see him withdraw from whatever, I didn't mean it like that. It wasn't that serious. I was just playing. No, you wasn't. You're right. You huffed and you puffed. Because you didn't want to do it and there was a hesitation. So stop making excuses for those type of things. But anyway, what are some other things that can make a man feel insecure? And again, not insecure. Again, let's think outside the box. Not insecure as in, she cheating. Not that type of insecure.
Oh, no. Yeah.
There's internal insecurities. You don't feel secure. So what other things that have you seen or noticed, or that you can say that women can do? Because they always say you shutting down. Well, you just X, Y, and Z. So therefore, huffing and puffing.
Well, so when I'm talking to my men in mentorship, right?
Yes.
Definitely the word that comes about in that situation is consistency. Okay. So if I didn't do anything to you, okay, personally,
okay,
your treatment and your attitude should be consistent with me.
Break that down.
Okay.
Okay.
So meaning, again, this is all kind of under the same umbrella of grace and said bad day. Okay. Okay. You have a bad day. Great scenario. You walk through the door. Okay. You have an attitude. All right. Now, I don't know where the attitude came from. I don't know who did what. All I know is I'm trying to greet you. Now, if I didn't do anything to you, I should get a consistent greeting of normality.
Okay.
Right?
Okay.
Okay. But now, in that scenario, does that really happen realistically? Right? It may be met with a bit of a faint kiss or a cheek turn or and then it's followed up with like, what's wrong with you? I don't want to talk about it. So I didn't do anything. Therefore, you've now broken the consistency of your treatment to me. That can cause insecurity.
Okay.
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 Okay. Because now I don't know what I'm getting when you walk through the door. It causes some men, right, to feel like, well, it doesn't matter how good I'm treating you. I still may catch some of this attitude, as a residual of what went on with something outside of me. Therefore, it causes that doubt. Okay, well, why am I giving you this foot massage? Or why am I, making sure that, I don't know, the car is warm in the morning, whatever it may be.
Right. Because you don't turn on me anyway.
Right. Because now
you don't treat me like the rest.
Right. So the men that I talk to, they use that word a lot. That her attitude and her treatment is inconsistent. Therefore, I don't have the security to bring things to her.
Okay.
Right. Or to open up or be transparent. Because I don't know what I'm gonna get. Now, if I see that she's good, then maybe. Okay. But if I get that energy,
yes,
then I know it ain't about me. It's not about my security. It's not about the day I went through. We need to focus on her, right? So the consistency may have something to do with it as well. If you're asking for another word, outside of that, is again, if I didn't do nothing to you,
yes, right.
please be consistent in your treatment to me.
Okay. All right.
But that becomes one of the small things that can veer that off into the wrong, aspect of the relationship, right?
Got it.
Yeah.
Oh, that's deep. Okay, so because then it's like women are moody. Women are moody. Don't know what we're getting. Don't know what's happening, and all that other kind of stuff. All right, that's good. So hold on. Let me go back to this because I want to switch gears, switch subjects, but on topic, off topic, because this is something that I had a thought a couple of days ago. I hate the word expectations. And y'all know I do. I talk about it all the time. I do not believe in expectations. And people will fight me down. You got to have expectations. If you don't have expectations, here's my thought on expectations. And I say it all the time. Expectations are for you. I mean, the person, right?
Okay.
Because it's what you have in your mind that person should deliver.
Okay.
And the reason why expectations are unfair is because you don't even know if that person is capable of delivering what you think that person should be doing.
Correct.
Right? And I also believe that people, they confuse expectation with standards. Because they say you got to have expectations. If you don't have expectations, you not. No. You have to have standards.
Yes.
But you don't have expectations. You don't expectations, because as soon as that person doesn't do something that you expected them to do, you're upset.
That's right.
You're mad. You're hurt. You're angry, and you just want to give it all up because they didn't do what you expected them to do. But that's on you.
Right.
Not them.
Right.
Because you set them up. So that's my thing on expectations, right? You have something to say before I get into the reason why I'm bringing this up?
Well, I was just going to add to that, the expectations sometimes don't get conveyed as well.
Okay.
So even when the letdown comes, it's just attitude.
Oh yes.
So that becomes the style of communication. is I don't want to tell you what my expectations are, but when you don't meet them, you're going to get an attitude. Therefore, you should learn through the attitude and the treatment what I expect. And that becomes a miscommunication point as well.
You know, you just brought that. I never thought about that. You should learn from my attitude.
Right.
I never thought about it that way. Women,
Right.
we can't do that. Oh, that's that. Oh,
Right.
yes. So I give you an attitude. You should know why, and therefore you should know not to do that again because I gave you this attitude.
Correct.
Correct. Stop that. Don't do that. We gotta do. Ooh, we gotta do better.
Also adds to the security portion, right? Because now I'm scared to act.
Which is why I want to throw away expectations. So here's my other part of that. Even if you communicate them, because people say, "Did you tell them what the Did you tell them what your expectations are? Did you tell them what the?" I don't like that either, because if I tell you my expectation, whether you're capable or not, whether you're okay with it or not, you might do it and not be happy. You might do it and do it wrong. You might do it and don't do it again. But you're only trying to please me or do what I say because you know that this is what I expected from you. When that wasn't even in your cards.
Correct.
That wasn't even your abilities or anything like that. So then, when you can't keep that up because you don't really know what you're doing or how to do what you're doing, now you're deemed inconsistent. Because it's like you were doing this and this, and you're not doing that no more. Well, I was only doing it because I knew that's what you want. That's what you expected from me. I really can't do that.
That's the honesty that's necessary, right? And I mean, whether you flip it, from a man to a woman, woman to a man, the party that is receiving the expectations has a responsibility to be honest and say, I can or I can't do that.
Right.
Okay. So that also comes with building that security, that comfort level of communication or whatever that may be, foundation of the relationship. Okay. So now if you have someone who's verbalizing their expectations, okay, that's fine. Okay. Now I have to be whole enough. Okay. Not big enough, small enough, whatever. I have to be whole enough. Okay. To say, yes, I can, or no, I can't. Okay. So both parties have a responsibility in that exchange.
Yes.
Right. If one party falters, you're going to get the same exact result.
Right. Yes. And also, the reason why I say throw out expectations, listen, I'm going to be 100, 110, 120, maybe even 200. Most of us do not even know what we want or what we like or what we don't like because we're in that moment. See, what y'all don't understand, what y'all overlook is evolution. Growth.
There it is.
Okay.
Yeah.
And then the ability or the things that another person can bring to you that you don't even know is there. So you giving out this expectation today, but in 5 years, you might not even want that.
Correct.
You might not even like that no more. Not only that, I might be limiting myself with that expectation because you can probably do so much more. And you can bring so much more that I didn't even know was out there. But you so busy throwing out your expectations. I expect this from you. I expect that. Well, what if they can do a little bit more?
That's right.
And what if I don't want that in 6 months or 3?
Right. And you don't want to stunt that.
Exactly.
You don't want to stunt that.
Right.
Yes. That's highly important. All right. I mean, it's a very interesting conversation. Again, the age range for me is anywhere from 24 in my men's ministry and mentorship, 24 to about 62. Okay.
That's a range.
And I mean these are men that call me, that want to have lunch, break bread, talk, just have a safe conversation. And a lot of times they are speaking in that manner of, I would like to do more.
Mm.
I would really like to do more.
Mm-hmm,
But what they say is, if I do this once, now it's going to turn into an expectation. And now I have to keep it up along with more, right?
More.
So you that space kind of condenses to grow or to, be a little bit better, bigger, more. Right? Because it's not necessarily appreciated, it becomes an expectation.
Yes.
And then that chokes the potential.
Yes.
That you may be dealing with, that you have in front of you.
Yes.
And you don't even know that you are now putting that person into a box. Where you may be claustrophobic. So yes, I think that that's a very good point, because it does stunt the possibility,
yes,
or the probability of more. I know that I talked to a young man. He'll know who he is, but he bought his wife flowers.
Okay.
Okay.
Yes.
But he was normally home at a certain time. So because she was expecting him to be home at that time,
okay,
she called him with an attitude. Where are you? What you doing? What's going on? No, the hell you didn't. No, you not late. No, because you normally home at okay. That young man threw those flowers away and went straight home. Okay. And I was in the company of this young man when he did it.
Yes.
So because her expectation of her man was to be home at a certain time and he wasn't, she now killed that probability or that possibility of getting 12 dozen roses.
Yes.
I'm sorry, yes. 1 dozen.
Yes.
But
yes,
that romance
yes,
was killed. That romance that he was trying to create. I'm not doing that no more for her. I'm coming straight home from work now.
Because that's what she expects. That's all she wants. And I'm not going to get the attitude. The attitude.
Yes.
The attitude, ladies. The attitude.
Yes. So that's how it can definitely be stunted when you are working under that umbrella of expectation. Yes.
Let it go. Let the expectations go. Now, what brought me to this, my thought the other day was, I was thinking, why relationships when we were in school so much easier? And I'm talking the dating, the getting to know, just the relationships were so much easier. And here's what I was thinking. Walk will be talk with me.
I like that.
When we was in school, we didn't sit down at the benches and be like, what do you do? How much do you make? What is this and what is that?
Right.
Like, no.
Right.
How did we have our first boyfriend and girlfriends in school? It was because we were in the same vicinity every day.
Yeah.
We got to know you. Maybe we had the same classes.
Yeah.
Or if we had different classes, we seen you in passing.
Yeah.
Or your homeboys was like, hey, you see her over there?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Or anything like that. And then y'all start meeting in the hallway, passing, whatever the case may be. You had to get the phone number. You had to call and say, hey, Miss Mary.
That's right.
May I please speak to Susie?
Yes.
You had to do all of those things. And that's how you became together, right? And then next thing you know, y'all was walking each other to class, holding hands, kissing in the hallways.
Yeah.
It was that simple, getting with someone.
Yeah.
Why are we not doing the same things now as adults? I don't think y'all understand. Like, again, there was no interview in high school, in middle school, when we were in there to try to get to know somebody. You didn't ask to go on the first date, where you taking me, and none of that.
How much
The
you
first
spending?
date was the football game.
That's right. That's right.
The first date was the dance.
The dance. Ask her to dance.
Ask her to the
You
dance.
know, first date, take her to the candy store.
Exactly.
Yes.
That was it. There was no interrogations. There were no expectations when we were in school.
Mm-hmm.
So that is what people are losing these days,
Mhm.
because now and I think about, I know a few couples that have been together since high school, still today.
Mm-hmm.
I'm talking, what, we in our 40s now.
Yeah.
So that's 20 years plus, or whatever the case may be.
Yeah.
Thriving, family, all of that other kind of stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And I guarantee you, if they were not together today, or if they, we don't want nobody to get divorced, but they would not date again. And I've heard them say it, because it's too much out there. Because guess what? When they met them in high school, it was just in passing.
Yeah.
We was friends. We had the same classes, and then after that, so we probably knew each other in the 9th grade, right?
Yeah.
We knew each other. We had the same teachers.
Right.
We didn't really get together until second semester, 10th grade.
That part. That part. Because I had my eye on you. Right. I had my eye. Right.
You know, right. Watching. We was out. I was seeing what you was about.
Right.
All that other kind of stuff.
Right.
We don't take the time these days. Now it's just, so I think that people miss that concept of you have to get to know each other by being in your presence, understanding how you move, just being around each other without the questions. Like I said, I cannot, and I had to think hard. I was like, I didn't have no questions back then with my high school boyfriends. Everything I saw because we were spending time together.
Correct.
Or the homie told me, or I just knew because of what was going around. You know what I mean? I didn't expect him to pay for my lunch, the little La Pizza Loca.
That part.
Is that what it was?
Right. Little coffee cake.
Little coffee cake. I didn't ask him, how much he making at where was we working back then? Don't even matter. We didn't ask. We didn't ask. So I think that if people go back to that concept to just understanding that all you really have to do is just be around somebody, get to know them, and that. So where did it cross over?
It crossed over with one word. Okay, and that word is access.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
That wasn't the word I was thinking.
So people get into their own lives or their own, rat race, ant race, whatever you want to call it, and they get to this point where they don't want to allow full access of themselves to someone else. So what you just described was an 8 to 10 hour period of your day where I had full access to you. Okay? I had full access. You didn't run, you didn't hide, you didn't, you wasn't over here talking about call me back in 10 minutes because I'm about to do this, or I'm busy. What you doing? I can't tell you. It was full access. And that is what actually has caused that to cross over. Okay? So even when you get two people that give full access to each other, okay, in the dating scene right now,
yes,
if you get two people that give full access to each other, they are looked at crazy. Okay? Oh, you just met her and you took her to the family barbecue?
Listen, take me.
That's what I'm saying.
Because I say it all the time. If I meet you on Tuesday,
yes,
and the family reunion Sunday,
yes,
I want to go.
Yes.
I want to see the crazy auntie.
Exactly.
I want to see your uncles, because your uncles is going to tell. Your uncles is going to tell me. I want to see it all, okay?
That's right. So what it does is a lot of people, whether it be men or women, do not put time and effort into their family, their ministry, their friends, Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So they don't want to give full access
Mm.
to themselves
Mm.
because they understand that they did not spend the time to build these different areas of their life correctly.
Come on now.
Okay. So that's where that comes from.
Mm.
Is we had a beautiful date.
Mm-hmm.
Can I come over and just have a drink with you and talk?
Mm.
Ooh, no, you can't come over because my house is a mess. Ooh, I don't think you should see that right now.
Listen.
Okay, and that goes both ways.
Yes.
That goes both ways. Again, I had another young man.
Yes.
We're gonna meet a lot of young men, but
Okay,
I had
love it.
I had another
Love it.
young man who was in my mentor program.
Yes.
He met this beautiful woman,
Mm-hmm.
right? It's at the mall.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
It's going down.
Okay.
That's where we used to meet people.
That's
too.
where it was, right?
If you had a boyfriend
Come
or
on.
a girlfriend that didn't go to the same school as you
Mhm,
did,
mhm.
you met him at the mall.
You were down at the mall.
You met
Exactly.
at the mall.
Exactly.
Yes.
And so he tells me they ended up having a beautiful conversation in the food court,
Okay.
right?
Yes.
So much so, she felt comfortable enough telling him
Mm-hmm.
that she caught the bus up there or the Metro Link or whatever it was.
Okay.
And she politely asked him for a ride home.
Mm-hmm.
And he said no. Okay.
Okay.
Now, that look on your face was the same look he described on her face.
Oh.
What?
Right.
Okay, we just spent a whole hour over some food,
Right.
talking. I just met you. This was nice and vibing.
Right.
Well, getting the full information of the story, he turns around and says, "My car was a mess. My car didn't smell good. It had all type of junky boxes in there from food that I was eating and just threw the box on the passenger side. And it had some stinky clothes in the back from when I was working out. And, I didn't want her to see that." Okay?
Where am I set? Oh, that's the wrong side.
That's the wrong side. No, that's what it really was. That's really what it was, right?
Right.
Okay.
Oh my God.
And now that particular situation did not unfold. Right? So that's where people don't want to give access anymore, is because you get to a point where you're touching on something that they don't want you to see just yet. Okay, now that can get a lot deeper when you're talking about your emotions and the healing that needs to be done and your triggers and all of that stuff. That's a whole nother thing, because that you need to take care of that. You see, this is the portion where I hear my dad in the back somewhere talking about preach for it.
Seriously,
Right,
I'm
right.
like, I gotta get the right.
That's where you got to excuse me. I'm a son of a minister, right?
Serious, because like you're saying, that is just the bare minimum.
Mhm.
He could have went, tossed that, flipped that,
Mhm.
sprayed a little bit.
Mhm.
Excuse me, knock that over. Don't worry. Could have told a little funny story about it. Like,
Yes.
girl, I was just, even the gym clothes. She would have liked you in the gym.
See, but he didn't know. He was afraid to be what?
Real. Open.
Or judged.
Okay. Judge.
Right. Judgment.
Okay. Oh, ooh.
Right.
Ooh. Okay.
Right.
So here we go.
Mm-hmm.
Is that a you think or a perk? What am I trying to say? Because what made him think that she would be judgmental?
Well, again, see, he already understood himself that it was some form of negative. Okay. He already got that. So now he already projected that onto her. That if I think it's a bad thing, right? If I think it's not a good thing, you automatically don't think it's not a good thing. See, that's the reason why you do your self-work.
That hit hard, y'all. That even hit me right there. I had to think about that. Like,
that's what you do. So when you have your time to oneself to grow, to be better, to try to heal, to try to address your triggers, or even find out what it is you like. Okay. take that time and do so.
Mm-hmm.
Because when you do come across someone that that you are attracted to,
Mm-hmm.
you don't put your insecurities off on that person.
Mm-hmm.
So you see,
Yeah, yeah.
see,
I see.
so that's how that works. So
Mm.
when you get your fellowship,
Mm-hmm.
your circle,
Mm-hmm.
the people that's around you, right? The people that are pouring into you.
Mm-hmm.
That's why it's very important to give back.
Mm.
Not just receive it and walk off and say, now I feel good. Okay, cool.
Yes.
That's not a fair exchange.
Right.
Right? You now have to put in your work to make sure you can do.
Mm-hmm.
Because now when you meet that person and you may have your hangups knowing that you can't pour into someone, now you put your insecurity off on that person. Okay. So that's where it gets a little deeper coming from that perspective, right?
Okay.
But it then all coming back to the
Yes.
same thing that we just talked about.
Right.
Men don't necessarily feel like they get grace from women. Okay. So now you have those two sides. Like you said, it's a me thing,
Yes.
right?
Yes.
But now, if the plateau that we are looking at would show that women equally give men grace, then maybe you don't have that. Maybe. But it is a me thing, like you said.
Absolutely.
It's absolutely a me thing.
Yes.
Right? I got to clean up my car, my house, my trash, whatever that is. Yes, that's a me thing. But what if it ain't clean? Right?
Right.
What if it ain't clean? So
Yes.
now you have that particular unfortunate trend. But that's just bringing it back
right.
to the title of the sermon. Right. But yeah, I like where you were going with that.
Yes, because again, if you think about it, in high school, we weren't thinking about those things. Right. We got up, we got dressed, and we went to school. We went to school. We went to school. We were there for all day, whether it was we went to Hamilton. We had
Hamilton.
I had 7 periods. You was in humanities.
No, I was in humanities.
I got you was in humanities, so you was out of there at 3:00.
I'm gone.
We stayed in school till 4:15, which is unheard of today.
Right.
We were there watching the people that got out at 3:00, like
waving. That's right.
We still here.
It's almost it'll be tomorrow. Don't worry.
Y'all going out the game. We in passing periods.
Yeah.
Like we gotta go to the next class.
Yeah.
But again, we're there all day. We not necessarily worried about the trash in our backpack. Or I mean, I would even say, I'm not gonna go as far as say we didn't care about how we looked, but it was not. If you look at the high schoolers today, tobacco where we was, the hair, the way we dress. I mean, yes, evolution, generations is different now, but when I'm in the high schools, teaching the high schools, when I tell you every period, they are spraying something. I'm talking the girls got their spray stuff
down.
and the guys
they got to re-up. They re-up it.
And I was just like, well, who y'all going to see?
Right.
Right now.
Right.
What is this? Brought the whole bottle to school. In the backpack. I'm in there like,
yeah.
What is
happening? The bell ring, they pull it out right away.
Right out, just for passing periods. But we didn't care about those type of things when it came to relationships. Again, it was just based on who you was feeling. Yeah. And then at the end of the school year, you was cutest couple in the yearbook. Yep. Just because, And I really do wish, but I feel like that's what a lot of things, if we just go back to our inner child, right? Go back to what made us feel good. And I understand. What are we saying these days? Life is life. Adulting is ghetto. Yeah. All that good stuff. That's fine. And it is. But there are some aspects in life that we make harder because we lose our inner child. I say this all the time. I am one that if I'm feeling too adultish, I watch cartoons. Oh, yeah. I'm going to go back. Care Bears is my... Care Bears. Okay, Saved by the
Saved by the
Bell.
Bell. Oh, I'm all about them Thundercats.
Thundercats.
Oh man.
Oh my goodness. Oh, I go back to that because I have to feel it. I have to go back to where it was all just simple.
Right.
You know, and it makes you feel something. And if we do that for dating,
Mm.
you know, we didn't have that much money in high school.
Mm-mm.
But guess what? We went to carnivals.
Mhm.
Carnivals was my thing.
Mm.
and
Mm.
that was a date. Miniature
Yeah.
golfing
Oh
stuff.
my goodness.
Okay.
Yes.
The carnival, all you needed was about $10. We got on the rides all night.
Yes.
That's it. That's it. Now we want steak. We want all like it's just it doesn't have to be. We make it hard.
Oh.
We
Yes.
as adults really make it hard because somehow we made everything parallel. Oh, if we have to adult on this level, we got to date on this level. We have to do this on this. And that's again what makes everything complicated. And I want us to go back and date like we was in high school.
Mm-hmm.
Just be around each other. Oh, I just had a thought.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's why these office romances pop off.
Yes. Access.
That's
yes.
access.
Yes.
Because y'all just working, y'all showing up 8 hours, just like you was in school 8 hours.
Mm-hmm.
You're working together, you're seeing how each other function around the office.
That's
like you
right.
did on the I was gonna say the playground.
Yeah.
Like you did on the quad.
Quad.
And all of
classroom,
that. You
all
don't
that.
have you just know, so that's why.
Mm-hmm.
And then you spend more time at work than you do at home because guess what? When you get home, you walk through that door and you got what? Attitude.
Attitude.
You know what I'm saying?
Bad
You
day.
keep bad day.
Yes.
And
Inconsistency.
Inconsistency. So now your night is all messed up because and then it becomes the expectations of just eating dinner, taking a shower, to have to go back and do it all over again.
Right.
Come on, y'all.
Right.
Let's uncomplicate this thing.
Right.
We have to uncomplicate. Yeah.
But I mean, but you're right. Like we have lost the simplicity.
Yes.
Right.
Yes.
You know, and it definitely comes from an area where once you experience a luxury, you don't want to go back.
Okay.
Now.
Okay.
Or even backwards. Okay. And unfortunately, that luxury that you experience does not tie into personality. It does not tie into, emotion. Or even take it further, emotional dissonance, right? So just because, again, I took you out to this restaurant, now all of a sudden the next person has to take me to this restaurant or better, to show that you like me more or you're into me more than the last person. So now you haven't dealt with that breakup or that particular ghosting or whatever that may be. So now it's all about, I gotta get something better. So therefore I cannot go backwards in the luxury that I've experienced, because then that equates to my mind that I'm rescinding. I'm not going forward. I'm not ascending. I'm sorry.
That's deep. That's deep. Okay.
So that goes back to what you said as far as time.
Yeah.
A lot of people feel like they don't have a lot of time. So then it causes them to look at that dating, situation differently, especially in the beginning, which.
Yes. And you know what else? People are stacking their experiences. I don't like that either. There's a thing to grow. I'm not even going to say learn from. Yes, learn from, but I'm going to say grow from. I like the word growth. Learning is learning, right? Yeah, we learn something every day. You learn something new every day. That's learning. That's just being aware of some new information, right? But when you grow from it, you take it in and you allow it to heighten your senses, so to speak. Or so I say that to say, stop stacking experiences, like you said, because this was here. I want something better. When better is subjective, how about you just want something different? Because it doesn't necessarily have to be better. And it might only be better in one area.
That's right.
right? So, for an example, the dating scene,
Mhm.
I went to these restaurants, take me to better restaurants. All right, but then the level of treatment is different.
Mm-hmm.
It's not better,
You're right.
but
It's definitely
that
not the same.
dating life is
Right,
better.
right.
So to speak.
Where you are is better,
Yes,
right? But not your
yes,
experience or who you're with. Right?
yes.
And so I like what you were talking about as far as learning and growth,
Mm-hmm.
right? This is something I touch on with my younger men that I talk to.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So you can be the smartest person in the room.
Mm.
Okay. But if you don't apply
Application.
what you learned, then you don't grow.
Mm.
So that's the thing about it. So you can turn around and read or learn or take in knowledge or whatever it may be,
Mm-hmm.
but you're now stagnant, right? And there was one man that said something in the form of don't confuse movement with progress, right?
Yes.
Right. So yeah, you can learn all you want, but if you don't apply what you learn,
Mm-hmm.
then you don't grow.
Yes.
And that's the difference there. That's the disconnect
Right.
between learning and growing.
Yes.
Yeah. So there's a lot of people that learn what they like or learn what they want or learn that they don't want something or whatever it may be, but then they don't apply it and then wonder why they end up single or in the same dating pool or whatever it may be. Yeah.
And to go to that, make this last point right here because y'all, we already done this episode. Look, we done been here, we done been there, and we gonna go on to episode 2. But that gives me to the point where a lot of people, there's a lot of jokes, there's a lot of memes that say, when they talk about school, we're going back to school. I'm not using nothing about history in my career today. When they talk about, I'm not using the division in school today, right?
Yeah.
That's because we were just learning.
Yes.
We were learning.
Yes.
You don't have to apply a lot of those things in life right now, right? So it's the same thing in your personal growth. There's like we're saying, there's a difference between learning and applying. Now here's the thing. We learned about math. I bet y'all applying it when y'all get that paycheck.
That's right.
When y'all want to see when FICA and Uncle Sam and all of that subtracted and divided and things like that.
Yes.
But not so much the history.
Yes.
Right? We're not applying or we're not growing from the history. It's the same thing in these life lessons when it comes to the people. You're either just going to learn it or you're going to apply it to move forward. And that's what we're not doing.
Right.
And on that note, y'all.
Agreed.
We're going to go ahead. Look, we're going to stop right here and get into episode 2. Hold on. Don't go nowhere. Just hold on, y'all. We're going to come right back. Because, Mr. Keepsake
in the building.
In the building. Yes. But for now, to be continued, y'all.